Hi, welcome to this Corbettmaths video. In this video, we're going to look at the video solutions to the Corbettmaths Practice Questions on reflections. So if you need any extra help on reflections, if you go to Corbettmaths and go to the videos and worksheet section and scroll down to video numbers 272, 273 and 274, there's dedicated video tutorials there on reflections. Alternatively, you can scan this QR code. But in this video, we're going to focus on the video solutions to the practice questions, so let's get started. Okay, question number one. Question number one, we've got this triangle and we've got the mirror line here, and we've been asked to reflect the triangle in the mirror line. So we want to reflect this triangle in this mirror line. So it's going to go over this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose each of the three corners of the triangle. So I'm going to start with this corner. It's on the mirror line. So whenever you reflect it, it'll stay on the mirror line. So it's going to stay there. Okay, now this corner here, to find where it moves to, let's count how many squares it is to the mirror line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to go over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when reflected, this point will move to there. And then finally this point here, whenever you reflect it in the mirror line, it'll move to 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to go over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. So we've now got the three corners of the triangle. We now just need to join them up. So let's get our ruler and pencil and then go across and then down and then diagonal like so. And that's it. As you can see, there's the triangle has been reflected in the mirror line. And that's it. Okay, let's look at our next question, question number 2. Okay, so question number 2, we've been asked to reflect this shape in the dotted line. So we've got the mirror line here. If we scroll down, it says mirror line. So this is the mirror line. We've got this trapezium. It's a trapezium. It's got the two parallel lines, the top and the bottom. And we want to reflect this trapezium in this mirror line. So I'm going to choose each of the four corners of the trapezium. So let's start off with this corner here. This point, we go 1 to the mirror line. So we're going to go another 1. So that's going to move to there. So this point's going to move to there. This point over here, it's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to go another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to move to there. This point here to get to mirror line is 1, 2. So we're going to go over 2. 1, 2. So there. And then finally this point here to the mirror line, it's 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go over 3. 1, 2, 3 to there. So we've now got the 4 points. We just need to join them up. And that's it. We've reflected the trapezium in the mirror line and it's moved to here. Okay, let's look at our next question, question number 3. Okay, so question number 3, we've got this parallelogram and we've been asked to reflect the shape in the mirror line. So we want to reflect this parallelogram in the mirror line. So let's look at each of the four corners. So this point here, to get to mirror line, we would go 1 down. So we need to go another 1 down. This point up here, to get to the mirror line, we'd go 1, 2, 3 down. So we're going to go 3 down. 1, 2, 3. This point here to get to the mirror line, we'd go 1 down. So we're going to go another 1 down to there. And this point here to get to the mirror line, we'd go 1, 2, 3 down. So we're going to go another 3, 1, 2, 3 to there. So we've now got the 4 points. We just need to join them up. And that's it. We've reflected the trapezium in the mirror line. And there's the mirror image. Okay, let's look at our next question, question number 4. So question number 4 says reflect the shape in the mirror line drawn below. So we've got this mirror line and we've got this shape, looks like an upside down flag or something like that. We've got the trapezium here and then the line going up. So I'm going to choose this point. So to get to the mirror line, we'd go 1. So we'd go 1 to there. So we're going to go another 1 to there. Okay, I'm now going to choose this point here. We would go 1 to the little dot there. So we're going another 1 to there. This point down here, we would go 1 to there. So we go 1 there. So as you can see, that line would be there. I'm just going to get a ruler and draw that line now. So that's that line. Okay, now let's do this point here. So we'd go 1 to there and another 1. So we're going to go 1 and then another 1 to there. This point here, we would go 1 and then another 1. So we're going to go 1 and another 1 to there. And then that one we've done already. So as you can see, that's the shape there. So let's get a ruler and pencil and join up those points. And that's it. So we've reflected this shape in the mirror line. Okay, let's have a look at our next question, question number 5. So question number 5, we've got these two rectangles, A and B, and rectangle A has been reflected and the image labelled B. So this is the original rectangle and it's been reflected to give you this rectangle. And we've been asked to draw the mirror line on the grid. You probably see find it by inspection. You can see it's just here. It's in the middle of the two rectangles. So that's where the mirror line would be. And you can check it. You can count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So you can see that that point would match up to that point if that's where the mirror line would be. If the mirror line was somewhere else and you counted, it wouldn't match up. And that's it. Okay, let's look at our next question, question number 6. So question number 6, we've got this grid, this XY axis, and we've got this triangle, and we've been asked to reflect the triangle in the X axis. So we've been asked to reflect this triangle here, this right angle triangle in the X axis. So here's the X axis, so that's going to be our mirror line there. So I'm actually just going to draw on top of that to show us the mirror line. So that's the mirror line because it says it's reflected in the X axis. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do each of the points just like the questions before. So let's start off with this point. To get to the mirror line or the X axis, we would go 1 up. So we need to go another 1 up, so it'd move to there. This point down here, to get to the mirror line, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So we need to go another 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And this point here, to get to the mirror line, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So we need to go another 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's it. That's where the 3 points would be. Now let's get a ruler and pencil and join them up. And that's it. We've reflected triangle A in the x-axis. And did we need to label it? No, that's it. So we're finished. That's it. Okay, let's look at our next question. Okay, question number 7. So question number 7, we've got the x and y axis here, and we've got this triangle P. And the question says to reflect triangle P in the y axis. So this time we want to reflect this triangle in the y axis. So let's get a ruler and pencil and draw on top of the y axis like so. That's our mirror line. And we're going to do each of the corners of the triangle like before. So we're going to start with this corner. To get to the mirror line, we'd go 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go over 3. 1, 2, 3 to there. This point here, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the mirror line. So we're going to go number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 would be there. And finally, this point here, to get to the mirror line, we would move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the mirror line. So we need to go 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'd move to there. So there's the 3 points. And now we just get a ruler and pencil and join them up. And that's it. So triangle P, if we reflected it in the y-axis, would move to here. And did we need to label it? Nope, that's it. So that's the triangle. That's where it would move to. If we reflect the triangle P in the y-axis, it would move to here. Okay, let's look at our next question. Okay, so question number 8, we've got this triangle, and the question says, reflect the triangle in the line y equals -1, and to label the new triangle B. So this time, the mirror line's not the x-axis or the y-axis, it's this line here, y equals -1. And to plot this line, well, it's saying that the y is equal to -1. And if you think of a coordinate, it's in the form x, y. This is the second number. It's the height. It's saying that all the points on this line will have a height of -1. So that would be the points such as 0, -1, 1, -1, 2, -1, 3, -1, 3.5, -1, and so on. And all those points would be along this line here. So I'm going to get my ruler and pencil and draw that line. So it's that horizontal line that passes through -1 or -1 on the y-axis. So to draw that line, y equals -1, you could consider all the points with a height of -1, or the way I do it is just think, well, if it's y equals -1, I go to the y-axis, which is this vertical one, I go to the number -1, and then I just draw a nice horizontal line through it. So that's the line y equals -1. It's the line with all the heights are -1. Okay, and we've been asked to reflect this triangle in that line. So let's do each of the points. So this point, to get to the mirror line, we would go 1, 2, 3 down. So we're going to go 3 down, 1, 2, 3, so it moved to here. This point here, to get to the mirror line, we'd go 3 down, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go down another 3, 1, 2, 3. And finally, this point up here, to get to the mirror line, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. So we're going to go 5 down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's going to move to here. So we've got these points, now let's join them up with a ruler and pencil. And that's it, we've reflected this triangle in the line y equals -1. And let's move to here. And we need to label the new triangle B, so I'm just going to label it B. And that's it. So in this question, we had to reflect the triangle in the line y equals -1. The line y equals -1, it goes through the y-axis at -1, so it's that horizontal line. So if you've got a y equals a number, such as y equals 3, or y equals 4, or y equals -1, it'll be a horizontal line passing through that number in the y-axis. If you have a mirror line that has an equation such as x equals 4, x equals -1, they would be vertical lines, such as x equals 4, saying that all the points go 4 along the corridor. So 4, 0, 4, 1, 4, 2. And they'd form a nice vertical line that passes through 4 in the x-axis. Or the line x equals -1, you go to -1 on the x-axis and draw a vertical line through it. And that'd be the line x equals -1, and so on. So that's it. We reflected that triangle in the line y equals -1, and it's moved to there. Okay, let's look at our next question. Okay, so question number 8, we've got this grid and we've got this shape here. It's a pentagon because it's got 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the question says, reflect the shape A, so this pentagon, in the line x equals 4. So x equals 4, remember that's a vertical line that's going to pass through 4 in the x-axis because all the points have got an x-coordinate of 4, x, y. All the points will be 4 something. So 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 0. They'll be in that vertical line. So let's draw that mirror line. So that's our mirror line, x equals 4. They all go 4 along the corridor. And so that's our mirror line. So now we just need to reflect this shape in that mirror line. So let's do each of the points. So let's start off with this one. To get to the mirror line, we go 1 across. So we need to go another 1 across. This point here, to get to the mirror line, we'd go 1, 2 across. So we need to go 2 across, 1, 2. This point up here, to get to the mirror line, we'd go 1, 2, 3 across. So we need to go another 3 across, 1, 2, 3 across to there. This point down here, we'd go 1, 2 across, so we need to go 2 across, 1, 2, so there. And then finally this point here, to get to the mirror line, we'd go 1, 2, 3 across, so we need to go 3 across, 1, 2, 3, so there. And you can see we've reflected that shape in the mirror line, x equals 4, x equals 4, x equals 4, that mirror line. And let's just join up those points. And that's it. And let's just check the question. Yeah, we need to label the new shape B, so let's label that B. And that's it. So we reflected that shape in the line x equals 4. Okay, let's look at our next question. Okay, so question number 10. Question number 10, we've got the shape. It's a trapezium. Shape A. It's got those two pairs of parallel lines. And then if we read the question, it says, reflect A in the line y equals 3. And to label the new shape B. So the line y equals 3. So it's going to be a horizontal line passing through 3 in the y-axis. Because all the points, remember, they're in the form x, y. They're all going to have a y value of 3. So they're all going to be something 3, such as 1, 3, 2, 3, 6, 3. And all those points, if you plot them, will be in that horizontal line that passes through 3 in the y-axis. So let's draw the mirror line. So that's the mirror line, y equals 3. Now we've got this shape, we want to reflect it in that mirror line, so let's do that. So let's start off with each of the corners. So here we would go 1 down, so we need to go another 1 down to there. This point, to get to the mirror line, we'd go 1, 2 down, so we need to go 2 down, 1, 2 to there. This point up here, to get to the mirror line, we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4 down, so we need to go 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And finally this point here, to get to the mirror line, we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4 down, so we need to go another 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've reflected each of the corners. Now let's join them up. And that's it. And the question is to label the new shape B. So we've just labelled it B. And that's it. So we reflected that shape in the mirror line, y equals 3, and let's move to here. Okay, let's look at our next question. Okay, let's have a look at our next question, question number 11. So we've got this grid, our x and y axis, and we've got shape A here, it's a trapezium, and we're told in the question that shape A is reflected in the line y equals 1, and that gives us shape B. And then shape B is reflected in the line x equals -1, and then that gives us shape C. And we've been asked to show shape C on the grid. Okay, so let's start off with the first reflection. Shape A is reflected in the line y equals 1. So let's draw the line y equals 1. So y equals 1, it'll be a horizontal line passing through 1 on the y-axis because all the points have a y-coordinate of 1, such as 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and so on. So let's draw that line. Okay, so we've drawn the mirror line, y equals 1. Now let's reflect the shape. So let's start off with this point. To get to the mirror line, we go 1, 2 up. So we go number 2 up, 1, 2. This point down here, to get to the mirror line, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So we need to go number 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4 would be there. This point, to get to the mirror line, 1, 2 up. So we go number 2 up, 1, 2. And finally, this point down here, to get to the mirror line, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So we go number 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And now we just need to join those points up. Okay, so we've now reflected trapezium A in the mirror line, y equals 1, and that gives us shape B, trapezium B. Now we've been asked to reflect it again. It says shape B has been reflected in the line x equals -1. So it's going to be a vertical line passing through -1 in the x-axis because all the points have an x-coordinate of -1. They're all -1 across, so -1 across, 1 up, -1 across, 2 up, and so on. So let's draw that line. So that would be the line x equals -1. And now we want to reflect this shape, this trapezium B, in that mirror line. So this point, let's move across, 1, 2, would move to there. This point, to get to the mirror line, 1, 2 across, so we go number 2, 1, 2. This point here, to get to the mirror line, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 across, so we go number 4 across, 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And finally, this point down here, to get to the mirror line, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4 across, so we go number 4 across, 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And now we just join those points up. And then that would be shape C. And if we go down, the question asks us to show where C would be on the grid. That's where C would be. That's the shape C. And that's it. Okay, let's look at our next question, question number 12. Okay, question number 12, we've got this grid and we've got this rectangle, ABCD. And the question says, reflect ABCD, this rectangle, ABCD, in the line y equals x. So the line y equals x, if you want to draw that line, you could consider an xy table and do x, y, and say 0, 1, 2. And then the y coordinate is equal to the x coordinate, so that'd be 0, 1, 2. And those points would be 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2. Or it's just all the points where the y coordinate is the same as the x coordinate. So you may just know it's 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, -1, -1, and so on. Or you could just learn that the line y equals x would be a diagonal line going up this way, passing through the origin. So it looks something like this. And as you can see, that line passes through the points 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and so on. So that's the line y equals x. And it's very useful to learn the line y equals x, which would look like this, and also the line y equals negative x, which we will look at later. Now we want to reflect this rectangle in this diagonal line. So if we want to reflect this rectangle in this diagonal line, instead of counting the lines up to the mirror line or across to the mirror line, we're going to count the diagonals to the mirror line. So let's start off with this point here. To get to the mirror line, we go one diagonal. So we need to go another diagonal, so that would be there. So the point D would move to here. This point, to get to the mirror line, we would go half a diagonal, so we need to go another half a diagonal, so it would be there. So we've done those 2 points. Now we need to do these two. Okay, let's have a look at C. To get to the mirror line, we go 1, 2 diagonals, so we need to go another 2 diagonals, so 1, 2 would be there. And finally B, to get to the mirror line, we go 1 and a half, so we go a half and then another 1 diagonal, so it'd be there. So that's where those points would move to. Now let's just get our ruler and pencil and draw lines through them, so it'd look like this. And that's it. So that rectangle, if it was reflected in the line y equals x, would move to here. And do we need to label it? No, that's it. So we reflected that rectangle in that diagonal line. So in terms of this question, it's very useful to know what the line y equals x looks like. And that's the line that passes through the point 0, 0, the origin, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and so on. So it's that diagonal line. Also, it's important to know how to reflect in those diagonal lines. So you just count the diagonals, and then that would be it. Okay, let's look at our next question. Okay, let's have a look at our next question, question number 13. So question number 13, we've got this triangle, and we've been asked to reflect the triangle in the line y equals negative x. So instead of it being y equals x, where the y coordinate and the x coordinate are the same, this time, if the y coordinate is a value such as 3, the x coordinate is going to be negative that, so it's going to be negative 3, and so on. So they're going to be the opposite signs, the x coordinate and the y coordinate. So if we do a little xy table, if we had 0, 1, 2, the y coordinate would be negative whatever the x coordinate would be. So 0, well, that just will be 0. 1 would be negative 1, 2 would be negative 2, and so on. So that line would look like this. It would pass through 0, 0, 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2. It would be that diagonal line coming down this way. So y equals x is the diagonal going that way, and y equals negative x is the line coming down that way. So let's draw that mirror line. So that's the line y equals negative x, that mirror line there. Now we want to reflect this triangle in that mirror line, so let's count the diagonals. So at this point to get to the mirror line, one diagonal, and then another one would be there. This point to get to the mirror line will be 1, 2 diagonals, so we need to go 2. 1, 2 would be there. And finally, this one up here would be 1, 2, 3 diagonals, so we need to go another 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's scroll down a little bit. So go back here. 1, 2, 3 would be there. So these would be the 3 points. So let's join them up. And let's just label it. That would be the triangle B. And that's it. So we reflected the triangle A in that mirror line, y equals negative x. It's important to know what that mirror line looks like. So you've got the line y equals x would be going through the points 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and so on. And the line y equals negative x would be going through the points 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 3, negative 3, negative 1, 1, and so on. And that's it. Okay, let's do our next question. So question number 14. So question number 14, we've got this grid and we've got this triangle A and this triangle B. And the question says to describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. So we want to describe the transformation that brings A onto B. Now in terms of our transformations, where our choices are translation, that's where it's been slid, rotation, where it's been rotated, an enlargement, where it's been made bigger or possibly smaller, or our last type of transformation would be a reflection. And as you can see here, this has been a reflection. This line has been reflected to go there, this point to here, and so on. So this is a reflection. And in terms of where the mirror line would be, the mirror line would be here in the middle. So it'd be the x-axis here. This would be the mirror line. And as you can see, to get from A to B, you'd reflect it in the x-axis. This point would move to here, this point would move to here, this point would move to here, and so on. So the transformation that would map shape A onto shape B would be a reflection in the x-axis. So let's explain that. So the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B would be a reflection with the x-axis as the mirror line, or a reflection in the x-axis. And that's it. Okay, let's look at our next question. Okay, our next question, we've got two triangles again, and again we've been asked to describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. Now this time here, whenever I was looking at it, I thought initially it was going to be a reflection of the y-axis, because here we've got our y-axis, and I thought, well, if the mirror line's here, would this move to here? But it actually wouldn't. If you consider this point, if the y-axis was the mirror line, this point would move 1, 2 across, and then another 2 across would be to there. So it's not going to be quite there. So in terms of the mirror line is going to be in the middle of those two triangles. As you can see, it's not a rotation or translation enlargement, it's a reflection in terms of our transformation. And the mirror line would be here. It'd be halfway between the two triangles. So that would be the mirror line. And in terms of the equation of that mirror line, it's a vertical line that passes through 0.5 in the x-axis. That's the line x equals 0.5. All the points in that mirror line would have an x-coordinate of 0.5. So 0.5 across 1 up, 0.5 across 2 up, and so on. So that's the equation of that mirror line, x equals 0.5. So we've been asked to describe fully the single transformation of map triangle A onto triangle B. It's a reflection with the mirror line, x equals 0.5. So let's explain that. And that's it. I've just explained that it's a reflection with x equals 0.5 as the mirror line, and it's 2 marks. So 1 mark for saying it's a reflection, and the second mark for saying where the mirror line would be, that equation of the mirror line. Okay, let's look at our next question. Okay, question number 16. So question number 16 says rectangles A and D are shown on the grid. So yeah, we've got rectangles A and D. And then the question says rectangle A is reflected in the line y equals x to get rectangle B. And then rectangle B is reflected in the line y equals 1 to get rectangle C. And then it says, is rectangle C in the same position as rectangle D? So we want to find out where rectangle C would be and see if it's in the same position as rectangle D. So let's do that. So the first transformation is a reflection of the line y equals x. So let's draw the line y equals x. So y equals x would be that diagonal line going through 1, 1, 2, 2, and so on. So that's the line y equals x, and we want to reflect rectangle A in that mirror line. So let's do that. So let's do each of the points, 1, 2 diagonals, so number 2, 1, 2 would be there. This point, 1, 2, 3 diagonals, so number 3, 1, 2, 3 diagonals would be there. This point, 1, 2, 3 and a half, 1, 2, 3 would be there. And finally, this point here to get to the mirror line, 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half diagonal, so 1, 2, 3, 4 would be there. So that's rectangle B, and let's just join up the points. And then it says rectangle B is reflected in the line y equals 1 to get rectangle C. So let's reflect this in the line y equals 1. So that's the line y equals 1, that horizontal line passing through 1 on the y-axis, because all the points have got a height of 1, a y-coordinate of 1. And then we want to reflect this rectangle B in that line and see if it'll land on top of where D is. So let's see that. So this point here, to get to the mirror line, we go 1, 2, 3 up. So we're going to go another 3 up, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's that point. Okay, this point, 1, 2, 3 up. So another 3 up, 1, 2, 3 would be there. This point down here to get to the mirror line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. So another 6 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be there. And then this point would be 6 up, and another 6 up would be there. And then if we join those points up, and as you can see, that rectangle C, this rectangle here, is slightly above that rectangle D. And the question says, is rectangle C in the same position as rectangle D? No, it's slightly above it. It's 1 square above. Clearly show you're working. So the answer is no, it's 1 square above, and that's it. Okay, let's look at our next question. Okay, let's have a look at our next question, question number 17. So question number 17, we've got these two triangles, and we've been asked to describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. So to get from triangle A onto triangle B, well, there may be more than one transformation, but one of them that I can see is a reflection. This point could be reflected to here, this point could be reflected to here, and this point could be reflected to down there. And the mirror line would be the line y equals x. Let's just check that. So let's draw the mirror line y equals x. So that's the line y equals x, and let's check each of these points. To get from here to here, you'd go 1 diagonal, so you're going to have 1 to there. To get from here to here, you do 1 diagonal, then have 1 to there. And then to get from here to here, you would do 1 diagonal and another diagonal, so that's 2 diagonals, and then another 2, 1, 2 would bring you to there. So that would be a reflection in the line y equals x, and that's it. So let's explain that. And that's it. I've just explained it's a reflection in the line y equals x. Okay, let's look at our next question. Okay, so question number 18, we've got these triangles, C and D, and we've been asked to describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle C onto triangle D. Okay, now there may be other transformations here, perhaps a rotation to get from triangle C onto triangle D, but this booklet is on reflections, so there's also a reflection that would map triangle C onto triangle D. Now, we've looked previously at the line y equals x. Now here, if we had the line y equals negative x, that diagonal going down this way, that could be the mirror line. So let's draw that line, that mirror line. So that's the line y equals negative x. It passes through 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, and so on. And we've been asked to describe fully the transformation that would take triangle C onto triangle D. Well, let's see if it's a reflection of the line y equals negative x. So to get from here to here, 1 diagonal and a half and 1. Yes, that point could reflect to there. This point, 1 and another 1 would be there. And this point, 1 diagonal, another 1 and a half, so 2 and a half, 1, 2 would be there. So yes, it could be a reflection in the line y equals negative x. So let's explain that. And that's it. It could be a reflection in the line y equals negative x. And that's it. Okay, so question number 19. So question number 19 says a square ABCD with vertices of coordinates A is 3, 5, B is 6, 5, C is 6, 8, and D is 3, 8. And the square is reflected and the points B and C do not move. Write down the equation of the mirror line. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little sketch here. Okay, so I've just done a little sketch and we've got A, which is the point 3, 5. We've got B here, which is 6, 5. We've got C up here, which is 6, 8. And we've got D here, which is 3, 8. So they're the points A, B, C, and D. And then we're told this reflected, so it's a reflection, and the points B and C do not move. So the points B and C, so this point here and this point here, so these 2 points do not move. So if they don't move, that means that whenever they're reflected, they're actually on the mirror line. So that means the mirror line will be a vertical line here that passes through these points. So that's going to be the mirror line. And in terms of these points, the point B was 6 along and 5 up. The point C was 6 along and 8 up. So it's going to pass through 6 here in the x-axis. So this mirror line is the mirror line where all the points have got an x-coordinate of 6. They're all 6 along, 6 along, 6 along, 6 along, 1 up, 6 along, 2 up, and so on. So that is going to be the line x equals 6. So the equation of the mirror line would be x equals 6. So that's it. So x equals 6. And that's it. So these have been the video solutions to the Corbettmaths Practice Questions on reflections. I really hope you found this video useful. If you have found it useful, please like it and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you need any extra help on reflections, if you go to Corbettmaths and go to the videos and worksheet section and look at video numbers 272, 273 and 274, there's dedicated video tutorials there on reflections. But I really hope you found this video useful. So thanks very much. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.